Y'all, this may be one of the best days in ESO's history ever. We're going to look back at this day and we're going to see that this may be one of the pivotal moments that ESO actually turns around their fortunes. I don't know if you guys have seen the letter from Matt Fior or anything like that on the website, but I was just reading this letter and I was blown away. ZeniMax Online Studios actually listened to our feedback like pretty quickly. And I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but how many times in the last like 6 months have I made a video about talking about how ESO needs to deepen its existing systems and how it's got systems there and how they need to develop things for people to play longer, like bring people back to the game to play things over and over and over again. Well, guys, gals, I think we're finally getting that. And I am so excited to read you guys this letter because it feels like I'm actually making an impact in my channel here, and I'm actually really excited because I'm not the only one who has this opinion, but I have been very vocal about this, and it really encourages me because it makes me really feel like they are watching my videos and actually taking feedback, because I know I've been very vocal about it. But yeah, I'm just really excited about this, and so we're gonna get into this. Thank you again to my members and my patrons. I really appreciate all the support you guys give me. If you want to become a member or patron, check out the link below in the description. You get your name up here in the videos or all around. But thank you again for everyone. But y'all, let's jump into this. I am so excited for this. So I told you guys I really like Matt Fior. He's an awesome guy. Like, he just always has the best letters, and the letters, every time I read them, I'm really happy to read. We got a letter on the website, and I'll link this down below as well. You know, the front part of this, I'm just not gonna really read a lot of this part. It's just saying, like, you know, we're finishing the legacy of the Bretons, but it says, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the issues with update 36. While launched just this last November, introduced far too many bugs and issues, and even as I write this, we are still chasing down issues with blocking and combat. Trust me, I'm just as concerned about you as you all are, and we will be making some process changes within the dev team to ensure that things like this happen far more rarely. ESO looking forward. This is the part that I am excited to talk about. Like, I cannot believe that I'm reading this. Like, I actually cannot believe that I am reading this, what I'm about to read you guys. This is exciting. This actually shows me that they actually want to make changes. So I'm going to read this. So in general, there are two types of content in ESO: handcrafted, such as quests, stories, and things you do one time per character, and systems, which are activities that are generally repeatable, such as PvP, dungeons, trials, housing, daily crafting writs, etc. We've always had a mix of the two types of content, but in terms of dev team hours, the majority of time developing the game has been weighted towards questing content, which is something I've really never thought about, but they do pour so much time into the questing. That's why ESO has so much high praise for its questing, because it's a lot of time spent. As I mentioned above, the big news for 2023 is that based in significant part on player feedback, we are now at the point where we are reassessing the balance of handcrafted, one and done storytelling content versus repeatable game activities. Ding, ding, ding. ESO is a massive game with a huge number of zones, quests, and systems. We have created 40 or so hours of hand-built content every year since 2015, as well as a myriad of dungeons and new systems like One Tamriel, thieving, assassinations, companions, tales of tribute, antiquities, crafting writs, housing, graphical character customization, solo group arenas, PvP battlegrounds, and much more. Now that we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of questing content, enough for 4 or 5 regular RPGs, we are hearing from our new players that the sheer number of zones and stories and characters is intimidating. And here's the kicker. This is something I am so relieved to hear. On the other hand, our veteran players consistently tell us that they would like more content that isn't played through just once. They would like more content that they can enjoy for years. Content that utilizes our already existing zones to add new things to do, and most importantly, introduce some new gameplay. The fact that they said veteran players there, it just makes me so happy. That is literally what I have been saying in videos for like 6 months. Have I not been saying that? Please tell me in the comments section if I haven't been saying that, but I have been saying that. Moving forward to 2023, given the above, 2023 will see us moving away from the year-long adventure, 12-month storylines that we have featured since 2019 Season of the Dragon. I think these have run their course and frees us up to do some new and interesting content that we've been wanting to do for a few years now, and lets us to return to an expansive story arcs that unfolded over multiple chapters. Thank you. They are not doing that again. Oh my gosh. Like, did I not just say that recently? I said we don't need to have another year-long chapter. It's become bland, right? Let's keep reading. This year-long strategy was a huge success and raised the profile of ESO, but now after 4 straight years, we're finding more and more that this cadence limits what we can do. Thank you. So below is the 2023 content cadence. Please note that the first half of the year remains essentially unchanged, but the second half of the year is now updated, devoted to addressing issues, quality of life improvements, and updated, devoted to a large new tentpole system. Q1, Dungeon DLC. Okay, so nothing changes there much. But Q2, full featured chapter in June. The 2003 ESO chapter will be a complete story. You'll be able to play all the way through it without a storyline that is broken out and reserved for later in the year. We will return to a larger, better, and more detailed chapters by doing this. We are really excited about next year's chapter. For details, you have to wait for our global reveal event in January. But one hint, this will be part 1 of a multi-year story arc that will contain one of the most requested new features. Okay, I have no idea what that's going to be. We'll make a video on that, but drop a comment down below of what you think that's going to be. I don't know if that's like spellcrafting, bard, I don't know what that is, but I'm excited. Q3, focus on quality of life improvements and bug fixes. Okay, so not another dungeon DLC, thank you. Q4, rather than the usual zone DLC, we'll be featuring a new system. We are working on the concept design for this now. We'll give more details during our global reveal event early next year. Looking back at ESO's evolution since 2014, you can see that we often shake things up, try new things, and make changes as needed. So we'll assess how this new cadence is received, both by development team and in the community. If we have to make more adjustments, we will. I just want to stop there a second and just say, I cannot believe that I just read that. Guys, like I seriously, if you haven't watched my videos, I have literally like 6 videos on this kind of stuff. I've said multiple times in these videos that we need to get away from the chapter, like the chapter structure. We need a new structure. We need to flesh out systems in the game that are already in the game because they have good systems in the game. And we need to develop things that are replayable, that bring people back to play. Like, thank you, ZeniMax, for listening to this. I seriously, I cannot even explain to you how much I think this will improve the game. I seriously think this will be the biggest turnaround in the game's history besides one Tamriel. Like, this is going to be big. If you guys really nail this and really get something that's fun to come back to and really invest in the things you guys have, I think this is seriously going to be just a fantastic idea. And I am totally on board with this. I am stoked for that. Let's move on to this other things. Hardware and server updates. We are in the home stretch of upgrading and replacing all ESO data center hardware, which of course has been significantly delayed due to the ongoing global slowdown of sourcing computer hardware. Once complete, ESO servers will be infrastructure will be much more reliable. As we saw from one realm that has been upgraded so far, PC North America, there will be some performance improvements as well. Almost all the hardware should be delivered in place by December, and then we'll need a month or 2 to install and test everything before we shift over to the new hardware. Please note that we will be prioritizing all 3 realms in the EU data center first, and then return to NA data center to finish moving Xbox and PlayStation realms there. We are frustrated as you that this is taking so long, but it's happening. We'll be done and ready for all players probably at late February or March. That's awesome. Our multi-threading work continues as we announced a month or so back. Just to remind everyone, this is an initiative that will result in better overall server performance. As we already announced, we'll be phasing these changes in over the course of 2023, starting with the chapter in Q2. We'll keep everyone updated and patch notes going forward. Fan gatherings in 2023. We've wanted to have a mass gathering of ESO fans in North America for years. I'm very happy to say that we are having an in-person gathering this spring somewhere in the United States. Stay tuned for details, but you can expect to get hands-on with the new chapter, see presentations from the dev and community teams, and of course spend some time with fellow ESO players. We're definitely looking forward to seeing you North American fans in person, and we'll see our European community again this summer ESO Tavern, so stay tuned for details on that as well. As you can see, we've got some big plans for the future of ESO, and we can't wait to share more about what's coming in Tamriel in 2023 and beyond. As always, my heartfelt thanks to the ESO community for the role and continued evolution of the Elder Scrolls Online. Your passion for this game includes its world and stories. It's inspiring to us as developers, and we believe that Tamriel in the second era wouldn't be the same without your own characters, communities, and yes, feedback. Here's another exciting year for the Elder Scrolls Online. See you in Tamriel. So, I think this is a great letter. I'm going to try to go to one of these gatherings, so if you want to go, I might see you there. But I think this is a great letter. Like, guys, this is such a big thing for ESO because, one, it shows that they are listening to that feedback and they're trying to implement it immediately. And I think that shows that they understand that the game is struggling right now. That doesn't just show that they're listening, but it shows that they actually are caring about the game. We've had a lot of people talk about how, like, they've been making another MMO for the last 4 years, and are they just in maintenance mode? And, I've said that, I've wondered that, but this to me shows that they're still wanting to pour time into this. And I think that this will be a crucial update for ESO, and it will change ESO forever. And I'm not even saying that as like clickbait or anything. I'm serious. Like, the fact that they are going to go away from that chapter thing that they're doing every year means that their content they're making has depth. They need depth. They're so right. This game has so much to do, but just it needs more depth. I, for one, am really excited about this, and I'm going to be making a lot of content on that. I'm going to be trying to follow it as much as I can and give you guys updates. Like I said, I will actually have probably another video this week on another thing that we're going through as a stream team. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm excited for this, and so if you're excited for this, leave a like. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. But this is big. This is big. So definitely check out all of our videos that we have on the channel. I have some up here in the top of the screen, but I'd love to see your feedback and hear your feedback. So make sure to leave a like and let me know down below. But until next time, y'all, just remember, have faith to be great, and I'll see you on ESO.